And to the angel of the church of Smyrna write, thus says the first and the last, the one who became dead and has come to life. I love that description. I know your thlipsis. It's actually thlipsin, but thlipsis is the vocabulary form you learn. Tribulation, trials. These are the bad things of life. And your poverty. Your poverty. But you are rich. So you have to put those two together. Some of the richest people I know are poor people, and some of the poorest people I know are rich people, if you know what I mean. And the blasphemion, the blasphemy from those calling themselves Jews, but they are not, but are the synagogue to Satana, the synagogue of Satan. Do not fear what you are about to suffer. Behold, the devil is about to cast some of you into prison in order that you might be tested and have tribulation, hemeron, Deca, 10 days. Now, obviously, you realize it's not meant to be taken literally in the sense of, okay, all right, this is day one, so we're getting ready for day two, then day three. No, it's a specific limited period of time. And God's in control of when that is. Be faithful, pistos, akri thanatu. Be faithful unto death, and I will give to you the Stephanon tes zoes, crown of life. Crown of life. Here to one of the early churches, you're going to have tribulation. Some of you could be imprisoned. You're going to be tested. Be faithful unto death. I was mentioning to John Cooper, he has a song, Skillet has a song, You Ain't Ready. You Ain't Ready for Me. And we were talking about what was going on in the world, and I said, we ain't ready. We ain't ready for this. But God is. He can sustain. He who overcomes, the victor, ha nikon, u me adikethe, will not be hurt. That's strong form of denial, or subjunctive strong denial. The one who overcomes will not, same form Jesus uses in John chapter 10, will not be harmed by the second death. To thanatu to deuteru. Will not be harmed by the second death. Then just really quickly down here in verse 13, I think it's because of Herod Antipas. I think that's where the problem is. Why are there not more Christian children named Antipas? Have you ever wondered about that? Because right here in Revelation 2:13, I know where you are dwelling, where the throne of Satan is, and you kratais, you hold fast my name, and you have not denied my faith. Even, the use of kai is not a connective, but even in the days of Antipas, hamartasmu hapistasmu, my faithful martyr, who was killed in your midst, where Satan dwells. So here he's writing to a church. And was Antipas one of the elders? Probably. I mean, it's not just elders that die. But killed in your midst? Yeah, probably. I mean, we don't know for certain. But I wonder. In the midst, okay, you held fast my name, did not deny my faith, even when members of your fellowship that you knew by name were murdered in your midst. You remained faithful. But isn't it interesting? Because this is important. But I have a few things against you, because you have there some who hold the teaching of Balaam, who kept teaching Balak to put a stumbling block for the sons of Israel to eat things sacrificed to idols, to commit acts of immorality, So you also have some who in the same way hold the teaching of the Nicolaitans. Remember earlier, Jesus said, I hate the teaching of the Nicolaitans. Ever thought about Jesus hating false doctrine? Well, he does. Therefore, repent, or else I am coming to you quickly, and I'll make war against them with the sword of my mouth. The sharp two-edged sword coming forth from his mouth. Even in the midst of persecution, the church is called to be pure in her teaching. There is a devastatingly dangerous mindset amongst many people that as long as you're being persecuted, we don't have to worry about that doctrine stuff anymore. Don't have to worry about that doctrine stuff anymore. And I don't know how many times I've told you, but as we are forced into a smaller and smaller cultural space, we're going to be pushed together with more and more people who call themselves Christians. And that means we must be crystal clear on what defines the faith, and that includes the gospel. There will be tremendous pressure. And how many people have already collapsed? We can start naming names. How many people have already collapsed on the indispensable definitional nature of the gospel itself? And there's going to be more. There is going to be more. Well, alrighty then. So, what do I want to leave you with? If we are to honor God's truth, must be thinking. We cannot any longer have the idea that all this Christian worldview formation stuff is over here someplace and the rest of our life is over here. We will not stand firm. And we will be called radicals because once you put those two things together, you will be a radical. But that's where the strength is. That's where the power lies. And God cleanse us of our love of stuff. If we are cleansed of our love of stuff, there is nothing that can touch us. I've preached that message for years, and we're going to have to keep preaching it because it's getting real. It's getting real. Real practical thing, said this a million times, download and archive. Download and archive.